Hello and welcome back to Muv-Luv Alternative. It's actually been a while since I recorded last because I ended up recording a lot more than I expected. And I'm sort of doing this probably the night right before it's actually going to go up. So I'm going to be up late editing today. Yeah, busy times. Well, with that in mind, last time we found the Shogun. And we were escorting the Shogun, and Jay's probably gonna die. One thing to note is that I'm actually currently trying a different recording software because I've ever since I started using this computer, the old recording software I use keeps in like every single thing I do. It keeps getting those pop noises, and I try to go through everything and get rid of them as much as I can. You probably still hear some of them. I probably can't get all of them because I don't have the time to edit as comprehensively, nor do I have the willpower to edit hours and hours comprehensively for every little time that comes up. Hopefully this different software does not come up with that issue. Hopefully it's software related rather than just my computer related. And if it's just my computer related, then oh my goodness, those are never gonna go away. Or I guess I have to look in some. I don't know how that would work, but okay. Hopefully this works, and hopefully it doesn't cause any other problems. Continue. We're taking a break. It's been about 30 minutes since the Rebel transmission. None of the units surrounding us have moved a muscle. Oh, right. They gave us an option to hand over the Shogun and blah blah blah, and we never even considered it. Assuming the markers they're intentionally transmitting to us are not fake. I had not considered that. That is legitimately a considerable possibility, isn't it? They do match up with what we saw on the radar as they came down in terms of numbers and position. Are the rebels trying to prove they aren't looking for a fight by showing they've got nothing to hide? They proclaimed a ceasefire in the Shogun's name, and so far they have not gone back on their word. Under the circumstances, any Japanese person in this world would believe them without question. There's even a part of me that's tempted to believe it, as illogical as that is. The 2 years I spent in the previous timeline taught me just how important the Shogun is to this world's Japan. So I'm pretty sure I would have been able to understand what drove the rebels to do this, even if Maya wasn't around to explain it to me. For the Japanese people of this world, Japan doesn't exist without the Shogun. That's why the rebel commander's ignoring modern combat procedure and coming to the front lines himself. People who rebelled for the sake of their country and their Shogun wouldn't break a ceasefire proclaimed in Her Highness's name. That much I can believe. Probably. But the only way for Captain Sagiri and his followers to prove their rebellion was just for the Shogun, is for the Shogun to personally condone their actions. And that's why they need to take the Shogun from us. So then, why would they honor the ceasefire? We've taken them at their word, which means we're pretty much sitting ducks. On top of that, we've disabled our active sensors, wireless transmissions, and satellite data links, so they can't be traced to our position. In other words, we're basically blind. If their plan was to use Her Highness's name to trick us into letting our guard down, well, they've already succeeded. If they wanted to swoop in and wipe us out, now would be the perfect time. It's not that hard to believe that the rebels would deceive us to achieve their designs. I feel like that's why Major Walken's got cadets out patrolling. I can't completely discount that possibility. But so far, it looks like they're just gonna keep on waiting it out, even after making a suicidally dangerous flight down here to catch up with us. Okay, what the hell. If they do uphold the ceasefire, then they'd only be doing it for honor or pride or something, right? There's no strategic benefit whatsoever. What's Captain Sagiri even trying to accomplish with this rebellion? Not that I don't understand the importance of honor and pride, but is that really what matters the most right now? The captain putting his life on the line to pull this off. Even prioritizing it above the interests of mankind as a whole. Shouldn't he be taking things a bit more seriously? Okay, it's just the winds. Man, do not scare me like that. Ah, damn it. Oh, yeah. I'm not like them. That's right. I'm different. I'm special. I'm amazing. I'm Takaru. I am the amazing Takaru. My objective is to prevent the fall of mankind. If I were in his shoes, I'd be prioritizing the end goal above everything else. That's my responsibility, as someone who's witnessed the end of days. If the Japanese citizens of this world can't see through the bigger picture, then that just means I'll have to do it for them.
この人類滅亡の危機に極東防衛の要衝たる自覚もなく、無意味な内戦に突入し、貴重な戦力や時間を浪費している愚かな国家。それがその幼稚でくだらない国のために、私の部下が命を落とすことは絶対に我慢ならん。
Like Kiko-sensei and Tsukiyomi-san said, it's clear that America has some ulterior motives here. At the same time, the Major's got a point. He's got every right to say it. He's a service pilot on the front lines, not some high-ranking politician sitting safely in the rear. There's not a single person in this world who wants to get killed in a fight like this. I have no doubt about that. From the Major's point of view, this incident must be frustrating in so many levels. He's been dragged into the middle of a rebellion, instigated by indignant activists in a country that's on the front line of war against the Beta, and now he's surrounded by those same people, and his life in danger. His battalion saved our asses, and we've been telling them that the mission takes a backseat to ensuring the Shogun's safety. And now we're taking the enemy at the word without a second thought. When you look at it like that, I don't blame him for thinking the Japanese people are irrational. Or that we're a childish nation, was it? I felt the same way about Japanese people in this world before. Hell, I've even been pretty vocal about it. When the Major called this conflict childish, it honestly sounded like something I would say. It's probably because we're both outsiders here. The Major's an American, and I'm not from this world's Japan. But at the same time, it's not like I can condone America for acting on their own interests while condemning Japan for doing the same. I just don't have the same sense of Japanese patriotism that everyone here, else here seems to have, and I don't know the historical context behind it either. Not that it really matters. Still don't really... There's been some interesting discussions about nationalism and everything in the comments. If you still have opinions about all this, feel free to voice them. It's been a little while since I had a chance to read a bit of those, especially the early ones when this was starting. So those are definitely a bit more foggy in my mind. I really need to go back and start replying to more comments. Because I prefer to sit down and reply to things properly, so I like to set aside time, and I really haven't had that time, or I've been too tired, or yeah, I've had a million excuses, but I really should. But either way, no, there's been some interesting stuff. I will at the minimum skim every single comment. If it's a longer one, I will probably skim over it. If it's a shorter one, I'll read basically everything. And if I don't reply, it's either because I haven't got into it, or because I don't feel as though I have anything interesting to add to a conversation in that regard. I don't like replying for no reason. And why I'm on this subject instead of just continuing is whatever, as I'm rambling on. But none of that even matters right now. For me, this isn't about political gain, or who was wrong or who was right in some conflict that happened decades ago. All I want is to keep humanity from falling victim to the same fate twice. Ends justify the means seems to be Takaru's, that's for sure. Well, less so ends justify the means, but more so... I'm not going to worry about all the methods. I'm going to worry about the ends. And I'm going to worry about the method when it actually comes to the time of instigating that method. That's when Yuko-sensei brought up Mount Tengen. And I had to choose between the fate of humanity and that old woman's wishes. The choice may as well have been made for me. Not that I've forgotten the things that she and Maya taught me back then, of course. If anything, I made the choice that I did in order to save not just that old woman, but everyone else in the world. I'm going to save as many lives as I can. And it's my responsibility to see Alternative 4 through to completion as soon as possible. So why then? Why am I feeling so conflicted all of a sudden? When I know the Major's objectivity is in the... When I know the Major's objectivity in the right... Is in the right? why couldn't I do the Shogun, to the Shogun what I did to that old woman? Especially after how frustrated I've been about wasting all this precious time on human infighting. Because it's harder to make the decision to make a sacrifice when the sacrifice is either you're the one who makes it, or you're the one who has to actually carry it out. That is a very hard decision to make. It's probably a lot like those typical psychological experiments. The idea of, if you have a railroad, you have 2 tracks, people are tied to them. On one side, you have 3 people. On the other side, you have 1 person. And currently, it's going to go to the 3 people. And you can make the active decision to make it go to the 1 person, because you don't have time to go save any of them properly. So you have to choose which one's better. Logically, if you want the least people to die, and that's considered the better alternative, 1 person is the one that makes sense, right? To switch it. But if you actively have to go switch it yourself, it is so much harder to do, because you know that's because you feel like you're going to kill someone, even if it is the optimal decision to make for the sake of human life. I think it's something like that, basically. I think that's really what's happening for Takeru at the moment, where he's actually, like, he's the one carrying the Shogun in his place. So I knew that the fastest way to get this thing over with was to bring the Shogun back to Yokohama base as soon as possible, and yet I couldn't obey the Major's orders. I couldn't bring myself to stay there. I don't even feel the same sense of devotion to the Shogun that these people have, so why couldn't I do it? Is it because she's Mei's twin? Because I would have put her in mortal danger? Could have I done it without question if I knew it wasn't life-threatening? When I saw the Shogun suffering like that, I couldn't make the same decision that I indirectly made for that old woman. At that time, I didn't even realize that I went completely against my usual stance on things like this. I panicked, I hesitated, I was freaking out, and I had no idea what to do. Meanwhile, Her Highness, a girl my own age, was begging me to give her the meds, even though she knew they could kill her, all for the sake of America, the UN, and even the Rebel Service pilots. Damn it. God, I should know what to do. When it happened, my mind just went blank. I was too afraid to do it with my own 2 hands. Is it just because I have no combat experience? No, that can't be it. This world's been fighting against the beta for ages. I doubt that Tsukiyomi-san and Marimo-chan or even the Major have any experience fighting other people. How many veterans from those kinds of wars are even still alive? So, what is it? Is there something other than combat experience I'm missing here? Is there something even bigger that I lack? How could it be?
私も国連職員である前に、一人の日本人として、日本主導のオルタネイティブ4を完遂させたいのですよ。
A greater sense of loyalty than just a sense of belonging to Japan? Maybe that's it?
確かに事務次官の言葉に嘘はないと思いますわ。あの方なりに人類全体のことを思い、信念に基づいてその責務を果たしていらっしゃるのでしょう。
たとえそれが将軍家ゆかりのものだろうが、首相の娘であろうが、実の娘であったとしても、犠牲はいといませんよ。その犠牲を最大限に生かす方法とタイミングは十分心得ているつもりだよ。
Right.
私も光月博士も。
It is. I don't know how I feel about the idea of being the one to sacrifice others. Sacrifice yourself is something entirely different than sacrificing others, though. Conviction and patriotism. Is that really all it comes down to? Oh, now how can that be it? There's no way that's all it is. I've got plenty of conviction. Sure, I wasn't born and raised here, but still. I'm determined enough to save humanity at all costs. Is that not good enough? Oh, okay, I'm from another world. But that shouldn't stop me from making the tough calls when I need to, damn it. All the tragedies I've experienced only made me weaker as a result.
人類を救うっていうあんたの決意、自分で思っているほど固くないんじゃないの？
Yuko-sensei saw right through me. Damn it. It's because I don't get it. I just can't wrap my head around it. How am I supposed to give someone the benefit of the doubt on the basis of a moral code I can't possibly comprehend? They're positive that Captain Sakiri won't ambush us, because it would go against everything they hold sacred. And here I am shaking my books. Because I lack that same conviction. But it's like how a blind man could never imagine what the color red looks like. I just can't understand that kind of conviction, because I've never had it before. Oh, god damn it. I'll be stronger than this. There's too many things happening all at once. I don't know what to do. I'm definitely nervous about my first battle too. Thanks to all the psychological training, I'm not terribly afraid of dying. Oh, thank goodness for that at least. But if I had a real pillar of strength to fall back on, would I even feel conflicted about any of this? Maybe if I had more conviction. If I were more steadfast in my beliefs. No, it doesn't matter. I still have to see Alternative 4 through to completion, no matter the cost. There's not much time left. Can't afford to wait for me to man up. At least I managed to figure out what's been bugging me all this time. It has to be a step in the right direction. I don't know whether I can learn to have stronger convictions, but for now, all I can do is try. And now's not the time to get lost in thoughts. If we can't get past the enemy's blockade, none of this will even matter. For now, I need to focus on getting everyone through the safe and Right, this isn't just about me. Everyone here has some kind of baggage that connects them to the situation. Both his UN service pilots and his Japanese citizens, not to mention his family members of those involved. During the briefing we just had, I was so preoccupied with the enemy's encirclement and my own inner conflict that I didn't even look around to see how the others were doing. I gotta be stressed about facing their first battle, all the more since we're surrounded by the enemy just when it seemed like we made a clean getaway. May's feeling conflicted because of her feelings for Her Highness and her sympathy towards the rebel cause. Tom is torn between her Japanese roots and her father's position in the UN. Same goes for Makoto. She knows what her dad's really been up to. This cannot have been easy for her. But now that Captain Sakiri has shown his face on the battlefield, I can only imagine what Class Rep and Aimine are going through right now. Oh, you know, everyone's still giving it their all. Am I not? I hope I am. Maybe I should go see if anyone needs someone to vent to. Oh, I'll probably be the one doing most of the venting. Ooh, what? A choice? I'm curious what May is thinking, but I also sort of want to see Aimine at the moment. Ooh, I'm actually not sure which one I want to go talk to. Here, because I'm curious about what Maya thinks of the whole Shogun situation. I haven't had a chance to talk to her. And I'm also curious what Aimine thinks of her whole lover boy out there, you know, how he's going to kill us. Okay, so heads for Maya, tails for Aimine. Tails. Okay. Let's go. Aimine. Oh, you're wearing your jacket. Forgot about those. It's just me, Shirogane. Don't shoot, alright, please. I don't like getting shot. Not again. You doing okay? This really does involve you, doesn't it? Yeah? Yeah, she does not look happy to see me. Okay, off to Maya. Hi. Can't blame her, though. I know all about her connections to Captain Sakiri, so it makes sense that she'd be on her guard. It'd be awkward not to bring him up at all, but I gotta make sure that she doesn't think that's all I came to talk about. I don't want to make this any harder on her than it already is. Man, even though we've just been through the run this entire time, I gotta say, real combat's a bitch. I feel the exhaustion. The physical part, anyway. It didn't really hit me till we disembarked from our TSFs, you know. What about you? How are you holding up? Hi, you want to talk? I don't have yakisoba on me, sorry. You doing okay?
余裕あるね。
It says yeah, I suppose you are showing a lot of emotions even for you. Unfazed. Me.
殿下は
Ah, right. I mean, he's a Japanese citizen like everyone else. Makes sense that she'd want to know. She has acute motion sickness. Not really surprised after getting tossed around and seized up without a fortified suit.
どういうこと？ブリーフィングでは伏せられてた。
Ooh, Maya doesn't know this? Sort of felt like I should have gone and talked to her instead. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be classified technically. But I figured it would be better for me to just clue you guys in.
今はどうなの？
She seems to be in pain. But her condition stabilized at the very least.
そう。
We can't expect her to recover in just an hour. This operation's only going to get tougher from here on out.
そうだね。
It feels a little bit weird that even Ayamine is so concerned about the Shogun's well-being. Is she really that? Well, she's probably concerned to some extent, but I wonder how much her involvement in this is making her feel guilty. Given how worried she seems, you might even think they were close friends or relatives, even though they've never met before. I've never seen Ayamine act like this. Not in her day-to-day life, or even in the previous timeline. Well, not as far as I can remember, at least. Is that kind of devotion to the Shogun what I'm missing, maybe?
行かないの？ 殿下のところ。
Oh, why? Ah, right. No, Lieutenant Camillo of the Royal Guard is watching her right now. It's not really my place to be taking care of Her Highness anyways.
だからブラブラしてるんだ。
I mean, partially, yeah. Though it's more that I just can't seem to calm myself down from the adrenaline rush of a real battle. It's true that I did want to check up on Ayamine. I also really wanted someone to vent to. Though I obviously cannot tell her that.
ほんと余裕あるね。
Oh, you want to see me phase? I can show you motherfucking phase. You keep using that word, but I am not really sure what you mean by it.
他人を構う余裕私にはない。
Oh.
だけどあの人が来ても私は大丈夫だから。
You really weren't bothered by that much, eh? Oh, no, I wasn't implying that.
私のことはほっといて。
Well, that failed spectacularly. Maybe she could tell that I was tiptoeing around the subject of Captain Sagiri. Wait, no, I mean it. Look, I really wasn't trying to corner you, alright? It's just that, well, you know.
ごめん。本当に疲れてるから休ませて。
Okay. That's a crazy thing to hear coming from Ayamine. Whether she's lying or not. Actually, no, I'm sure it's the truth. This is her first battle, so she's already feeling the pressure. Attack on an escort mission with the enemy in hot pursuit, plus the stuff with the Captain Sagiri class rep. Who wouldn't be a little bit overwhelmed? Ayamine almost never lets her feelings show, but look at her now. She's so exhausted that she can't even keep up her nonchalant front. Alright. I almost forgot, but for a second back there, I thought maybe Ayamine had something to do with the rebels predicting our every move. Nah, man, I trust our group. I do legitimately trust our group. Even though I swore I trust her. It's less of a blind faith, but more of a, yeah, I'll trust them, and if there's an actual reason to doubt them, then I'll doubt them. I suppose this is a reason to doubt her, but it's nothing more than speculation at this point. Might be worth just thinking about, but I do trust her. Ayamine, I owe you an apology.
もういい。早く行って。
No, hear me out. This is about something else. After we left Hakone, the rebel forces seemed to be constantly two steps ahead of us. For a split second, I suspected that you might have been leaking intel to them.
そう。
I'm sorry. I promise that I trust you.
確かめに来たんだ。
I can see why you'd think that, but no, that's not why I'm here. In all honesty, I was just looking for someone to vent to. Then while I was talking to you, I remembered that and felt like I needed to apologize for it.
正直なのはいいこと。
Okay.
だけどこっちもいろいろある。そんなこと今聞きたくない。
Understandable. Very understandable. Crap, I just apologize out of habit, but she's absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, my bad. That wasn't a good time to bring it up. I didn't even consider what she must have been going through right now. I only apologized because I figured it would make me feel better.
白金も疲れてるね。休んだ方がいい。
Sorry. Damn it, there's nothing I can say to make her feel better.
もういいでしょ。休ませて。
Okay. Oh man, this sucks. Man, this sucks. Ooh, we get multiple options. Okay, that's okay. Maya. Obviously, choice number 2. When did I just strike out? Is it red because I already did it, or is it because I struck out? I wonder if I'll be able to get the right one and go through, or if I have to do all of them. Okay, where'd Maya go? I don't see her anywhere. Oh, that's strange. I'm pretty sure this is the area she was assigned during the briefing. What about the area I was assigned? Why am I abandoning that? We're gonna get attacked through there, aren't we? If I'll disable our ID markers so the enemy can't trace our location. She's on the move. It's not going to be easy to find her. Oh man, I really hope she's not actually patrolling the area. They just want us to get some rest so we wouldn't slow the whole group down later. I figured she'd be beside herself with worry for Her Highness, but I guess she decided to focus on carrying out her orders. Classic Maya, really. She can never neglect her patrol duties when Her Highness's safety is at stake. Even if that duty was just an excuse to let go, let's get some rest. Well, in her case, she'd probably rather stay busy than just be left with her own thoughts. Oh, really? Damn, I figured I'd really serve to find her. Okay. Hey, Makoto, I definitely don't want to leave you for last. Makoto shouldn't be the least affected by this, out of her old squad. Well, that's assuming she doesn't... Okay, Maya's got to be somewhere. I doubt she's really patrolling. You think she's back with Her Highness, maybe? In reality, she might be just under just as much pressure as everybody else. You know, depending how much she knows and... Shit. What's bugging me is how withdrawn she's been since the uprising began. But I'd like to think that she's trying to be considerate of everyone else, and that she's just worried about her father in the capital. Oh my goodness. I take it all back. I want Boykoto back. Every time I see you, I just like, I want Boykoto again. I don't know. I was able to deal with it unlimited, but there's a point, especially earlier in this, where all the... I don't know. It's not like it makes much of a difference, but... No. Oh, whatever. It's actually really nice to see you still acting this way, even under these circumstances. But... You seem a little too perky right now. How many antidepressants did you take? You do realize you didn't answer the question, right? Yeah, that's what concerns me. A bit, yeah. This is actually sort of late in the night. I should probably be in bed right now. I am exhausted, dude. And seeing you this upbeat only makes it 10 times worse. No. Only a lunatic would say that in this situation. There's a time and a place, and this is not. Okay, yeah, you're trying to act like that in order to make people feel better. Yeah. Yeah, you made it too obvious already. Come on. You sure you're just not pretending to be okay? There's nothing wrong with trying to force a smile into your face. In fact, I really admire that about you. But right now, you'd be better off just letting it all out. Don't feel like you have to be happy just because I'm around. It defeats the whole purpose of, taking a break. Really? Alright. Yes, I'll just head back then.
もう行っちゃうの？
But of course, you're perfectly... I don't want to keep you from resting, so I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Yeah.
せっかくだからさ、もう少し話そうよ。
As long as you promise you're not going to keep forcing a smile.
わかった。
I really don't have the energy to be reading between the lines right now, so it'll be easier on both of us if you just be straight with me, so yeah.
ね。ほら、タケルはさ、殿下を乗せてるでしょ？だから僕たちより責任が大きい分疲れてると思ってさ。
Hey, it just meant that I'm probably the one who wouldn't die, right? I was the least likely to die, right? That's what it really meant. Well, I have another person's life in my hands. I can't really allow myself to think about fatigue right now, you know? I gotta stay alive to ensure Her Highness's safety. Also, why would they not move her over to a different TSF at this point? Why would we not change formation? I mean, when we start going again, is she really gonna be in my CSF again? I thought that was out of necessity, not... Okay, whatever.
なるほど。そう言われればそうかもね。
Because, I mean, at this point, we could just transfer her to any of the other ones and then restart the formation again in a different one. Whatever. I appreciate you worrying about me, but I think you guys are probably just about as tired as I am. I probably felt way less pressure from having the Shogun riding with me than anyone else in Japan would have. In fact, having someone there in the cockpit with me for my first battle probably made things just a bit easier overall.
僕、殿下が心配だよ。本当はそんなこと聞いちゃいけないんだろうけど。
Huh? Oh, Makoto, huh? Guess it really is just a Japanese person thing in this world. Even though all their lives are at risk, they're more worried about the Shogun. And it's not just a result of psychological training we underwent to combat the fear of death either. If anything, their fight-or-flight response is probably making them more worried about the Shogun's safety, since she's their biggest source of strength. They didn't mention it in the briefing, but so this is probably supposed to be classified, but Her Highness has acute motion sickness.
タケル！それ、僕に言っちゃダメだよ。
Fuck it, went too far telling you the rest. Hey, at least now you don't have to worry yourself sick thinking up worst-case scenarios, right?
でも...
Sighs. It'll make it easier on me if you guys already know about it. And you can't unhear it at this point, so I guess that makes us partners in crime, right?
わかったよ。それで、殿下の具合は？
Well, she's getting tossed around in TSF cockpit at full speed without even a fortified suit. And still, she never complains. I mean, she was sort of unconscious for a little bit of that time, or a good amount of that time, but she's stronger than she looks, in both body and mind. I suggested we stop when I saw her getting worse, and that just made her upset. She told me not to let any more lives go to waste.
殿下。
But as for her current condition, she's stable, but not doing so hot. A little rest isn't going to be enough for her to fully recover. Oh my goodness, you sound like you're about to break down. I don't know what the Major and the others are planning, but her condition's probably going to get even worse when we get moving again.
僕たちも頑張らなくっちゃね。
Yeah?
タケル、ありがとう。
Oh, where's this coming from?
タケルがいてくれてよかったよ。僕たちだけだったらもっと悪い状況になっていた気がする。
Quite possibly, maybe. If you mean just in terms of piloting skills, I disagree. At this point, all of her TSFs are...
もちろんタケルの OS のおかげで機体の性能が上がっていたことも大きいんだけど、なんていうのかな、こんな時だから言っちゃうけど、頼りになるっていうか、訓練学校に来た時からタケルは技能も知識もすごくてさ。
Oh, come on, don't say that. It's not fair to you guys. The only reason I'm better at all this stuff is because I've gone through it once before.
覚悟や考え方も大人っていうか、まるで正規兵みたいでさ。
Oh, she said, I mean, I technically do have 2 or 3 years more experience than you guys. But only because I've been tossed around the multiverse like a rag doll in the hands of a playful god. In the previous timeline, I was the one holding everyone else back.
なんか そこにいてくれるだけで安心できるんだ。
I don't have that advantage anymore, though. Hell, I'm supposed to be determined to save humanity, and I can't even get my own feelings worked out.
タイのみんなもきっとそう思ってるよ。
Yeah, someone was mentioning how it is an interesting dynamic in the comments, for Maya specifically in her earlier conversations with Zakaru on this mission, how she, and I am sort of extrapolating this to the rest of the squad, have never seen Zakaru in a really compromising situation. They don't see his flaws, they just see him as this prodigy in every conceivable aspect. And that really can skew your view of someone. I've been worried about how all that success would affect the squad, and I feel as though we're really starting to see it in just interactions like this or Maya from before and stuff like that.
なんか戦場ドラマなんかだとさ、こういう場面の後どっちかが死んじゃうパターンが多いんだよね。
Oh my goodness, I swear, if I die, that would not be great. I wonder if I died in this, if I come back to the beginning of the academy again. Dude, don't jinx us here. Oh, sheesh.
本当だ。
There's that Makoto laugh I know so well. Maybe there was some benefit in me coming here after all. Though it certainly didn't help ease any anxiety and any of my anxiety and frustration. So in that respect, it kind of, backfired, but I think I should probably be going then.
わかった。引き止めてごめんね。
Bye now. Make good use of the rest of your time.
殿下をお願い。
I will. At least that's the plan. Yeah. I guess Tama.
訓練兵を出撃させるなんて極東国連軍の人手不足は相当深刻ね。
Is someone bullying you, Tama? Huh? Whose voice is that?
あなたも災難だったわね。
That is Tama's voice. Who's she talking to?
私もね、まさか人間相手の作戦に駆り出されるなんて思ってもみなかったわ。日本には一度来てみたいと思ってたんだけど、こんな形でそれが叶うなんてね。
Ah, we got a weeb. Ah, total weeb. Oh, wouldn't that be interesting if they legitimately had a cliche weeaboo or something? I don't. That would be a very weird thing, especially from when this was written. I don't think it was nearly as common of a concept, especially in pop culture. Still don't know if Japanese culture really thinks or has I guess taken in any of that sort of same thing in how they think of foreign fans of it. And it's its own stupid thing, but I especially think it would not have been well known back then, even if it is now. It's an American surface pilot. So, I see. This is the Americans, so the Americans are taking breaks as well.
すみません、少尉。こんなことになっちゃって。
Still having that auto-translator stuff going on, right?
え？
今は人間同士で戦っている場合じゃないのに。
Ah. So you more feel guilty that all this is happening in the first place? Yeah.
どういうこと？どうしてあなたが謝るの？
Do you feel responsible for your father's actions? Don't worry. I'm sure he's meaning for the best. I guess she must feel partially responsible because she's Japanese. All that part. And since she suspects her dad was the one who got the U.S. military involved, even though she doesn't really know for sure. The incident is putting everyone in the 207th flight in an awkward position between the UN and Imperial forces. We're a ragtag band of cadets, royal guards, and U.S. soldiers, caught up in a conflict between the UN, Japan, and America. Being surrounded by so many conflicting viewpoints is tough, and I'm sure it's only going to be more stressful for Tama, given her father's part in all of this.
もしかしてあなたは日本人？
Does she not look it?
はい。そうです。
なるほど。 そういうことか。じゃあナオのことつらいか。同胞に銃を向けるんだからね。
任務ですから。
You know, that surface pilot is not looking at her at all. She is staring at me.
そう。
I'm really impressed with how mature that US soldier is being about all this. No, I mean, maybe she's just mature. I mean, sure, the American government's got ulterior motives, but these pilots never asked to be dragged into this petty rebellion, and they've already lost comrades in the fighting. You think they would be about ready to take a swing at us by now, or at least mutter a few nasty words in our direction? And yet, this one's actually comforting Dama.
私ね、フィンランド人なの。
Ah, are you still a US surface pilot? From Finland, so she's not American, but she's enlisted in the US Army. How does that work? America hasn't suffered a lot of casualties, so women haven't been affected by the draft yet. Hell, I don't even think they've lowered the drafting age. Plus, she's a foreigner.
戦災難民なのよ。ほら、私の国もうなくなっちゃったから。
Finland? Interesting.
私なんて言ったらいいか。
Oh god, I could just imagine how bad refugee backlash would be in this sort of timeline. Especially with the extreme views they have on... the extreme interpretation of America they have going on in this world. Oh my.
別にいいのよ。気にしないで。
Now I remember. In this world, all of Europe was completely wiped out about 7 or 8 years ago. With the exception of the British Isles.
でもどうしてフィンランド人のあなたがアメリカ軍にいるんですか？
Yeah, technically, wouldn't the US make more sense?
そうね。理由は2つあって、まずアメリカの市民権を取得するためね。
市民権？
そう。戦災難民が市民権を得るには、軍に入って除隊まで勤め上げるしか方法がないのよ。
Interesting.
だから今回派遣されている部隊のほとんどの人間が私と同じ戦災難民からの志願兵。お偉いさん方を除いてね。
Interesting. Huh. Wait a second. So, out of all the American forces sent here, the only actual Americans are Major Walken and the other higher-ups? No, she didn't say that. Just the majority. Probably a good amount. Probably a few scattered ones, but... it's... yeah. Maybe I'm just being naive here, but I'm struggling to wrap my head around the thought of sending a whole unit of foreign refugees straight into the front lines. Well, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't, you know... I don't think you pick who goes where based on their backgrounds. I don't think you typically would. I'm guessing it's more of a fact that I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if the just amount of war refugees would mean that the amount of war refugees willing to do this is just skyrocketing. And they just have so many people that they're able to do this, and there's just a large percentage. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I know it's not my place to judge, but is US citizenship really worth risking your life for? Even knowing they sent you out here to keep Americans off the front lines? Well, I mean, maybe they want to help the world too. They're war refugees. They know what it is like to lose everything. The American citizenship is, I imagine for them, it's probably something along the lines of, okay, I lost everything, but here's a new chance for me to start over. Fight the thing and get revenge or whatever it is in my heart that I feel I need on the thing that caused me to lose everything. And then return to a place where I can belong again. Because the place I did belong's gone. At least that's how I would sympathize with what's going on here. They might go a different direction, but that's how I would think about it.
あの地獄。ヨーロッパから生きて逃げ出せただけでも随分贅沢なことなんだけど、私が市民権を取れば家族を難民キャンプから出してあげられるからね。
Ah, okay. That's a fair point. I didn't really think about that. How long do you have to serve in the military to get citizenship? Because if it's years, then I know it may be your only option, but it's still years in a refugee camp. Refugee camps are not going to be the nicest places. Okay, so that's it. America may be mostly unharmed by all of this, but even they don't have the resources to give all the refugees the same quality of life as their actual citizens. Captain Sakiri talked about how awful the refugee camps in Japan were during the broadcast. I'd imagine American camps aren't much different. So that's what she needs citizenship for, huh? Makes sense.
ということは、ご家族は無事だったんですね。
母と妹はね。父は国軍に志願して北カレリア戦線で行方不明。多分もう死んじゃってると思うけど。
すみません。私余計なことを。
もう今時珍しい話じゃないんだから、いちいち気にしないの。家族4人のうち3人助かったなんて奇跡よ。
You've got a good attitude about this.
ごめんなさい。
It's actually pretty impressive.
でね、入隊のもう一つの理由がそれ。
それ？
敵討ちってわけじゃないけど、父がそうしたように私もベータと戦って家族を守りたい。
お父さんと。
それでいつかあいつらをヨーロッパから追い出して祖国を再建するの。父が命がけで守ろうとしたフィンランドを。
Right, that was the other thing I was sort of thinking in the back of my head as I was saying the other thing. The citizenship, that part of it. I guess the reason I didn't say anything about it is because the places the beta, like, went over, are those really going to be hospitable in the future? You know, ignoring the possibility of just nuking the hell out of all those places, those are definitely not going to be in that case. But the beta, it sounded like they ravaged lands pretty severely, you know, outside of mountains. So, is that even going to be an option still, even when they're gone? Well, presumably if they end up being gone, I hope they're gone someday.
でね、私たちの家があった場所に父のお墓を建てて、そのそばで家族一緒に暮らしたいの。ところで、あなたの家族は無事なの？はい。
パパと2人です。ママは私が小さい頃病気で死んじゃいました。
そう。お気の毒に。
いえ、私は最後までママのそばにいることができましたから、少尉に比べれば贅沢なことです。
また。さっきから気にしないでって言ってるのに。もしかしてそれ、日本人特有のリアクション？
Isn't that a stereotype? Isn't that a stereotype of Japanese people? That they're always saying sorry, or I feel it's something like that, if not exactly that. There's some stereotype like that.
すみません。
Oh, I did not know that. Tama's mom died from illness, huh? Sympathize. No wonder her father's so doting.
私、イルマテスレフ。あなたは？
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that, guess that's the same in the extra timeline, where she died from an illness when Tama was young.
玉瀬美希。ミキ玉瀬です。
Switching it around.
ミキか。こんなこと言ったら失礼だけど、フィンランドだと男の子に間違えられる名前ね。
男の子ですか？なんか複雑ですね。
I would sort of find it hilarious if, like, a girl came, like, from a different, like, country, culture, whatever, just came up to me and said that their name was, like, Joe. You know what? No, never mind. That's actually a name some girls have in English. Never mind. What is a very distinct, very manly sounding name? Jonathan. Dick. You know, Dick would probably be the one I laugh most at. My name is Robert. My friends call me Dick. Yes, I'm a girl.
ねえミッキー、いつか人類がベータに勝って私の国が再建されたら、お父さんと一緒にフィンランドにいらっしゃい。私が招待するから。本
当ですか？私絶対行きます。でもフィンランドってすごく遠いですよね。
確かに遠いけど、ソビエトを挟んで一つ隣じゃない。 日本に一番近いヨーロッパなのよ。
If you don't count Russia's part of it.
そうだったんですか？日本のことまで知ってるなんて。入間少尉すごいです。
宿敵だったロシアを任したことのある唯一の国だから、多くのフィンランド人は日本に親近感と興味を持っているの。
Is that true? I can't speak on that at all. Maybe.
それにお互い第二次世界大戦の敗戦国だしね。
I mean, it... Wait, was Finland? Oh, okay. Did not know that. They're probably not one of the more publicized parts of World War II, are they? Because I could easily imagine from the Japanese perspective, just making an excuse for someone to be interested in Japan from Finland. But that might be true at the same time, I don't know.
ミキはフィンランドのことはあまり知らないので恥ずかしいです。
だからこそミキには来てほしいのよ。いい？約束よ。
はい、わかりました。
だから早く終わらせようね。人間同士の戦いもベータとの戦いも。
はい。
その時までお互い絶対死なない。いい？はい。よし。じゃあ行くね。そろそろ交代の時間だから。
Oh, I can't wait till they bomb the shit out of Finland. They're gonna do that, aren't they?
はい。少尉、お話できて楽しかったです。ありがとうございました。
私もよ。約束忘れないでね。
And that's my cue to leave. Oh, she joined a foreign military in hopes of retaking her homeland and rescuing her family. That's what she's put her life on the line for. In a way, it's almost like her own personal pillar of strength. Just like how the Japanese find strength in the shogun. Man, it's like I cannot get away from that concept.
あれ？タケルさん？
Oh, no, I don't need to be... No, I do not need to be here right now. Ha ha. Ha ha.
どうしたの？
I don't know. Good question. Oh, I was just wandering around trying to clear my head and I heard your voice. I'm gonna be leaving now.
もしかしてずっと見てたの？
No, I think I came partway through, but it didn't feel right to interrupt either, so sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop.
別に謝ることじゃないですよ。
But you're blushing, so you're embarrassed, so I should apologize. She seemed like a really great person. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. But it seems like the American Army has all sorts of people in it too, huh? You know, very diverse. After everything that's happened, I couldn't help feeling some animosity towards the American forces, but, you know, the individual pilots on the front lines aren't any different from you and me. Nothing else, she was at least talking to Tom as a sympathetic, considerate human being, and not as a superior officer. You okay? You haven't been saying anything. Wait, what? What do I do? Tama, what's the matter? Tama? Hey?
自分の命も危ないのに、私のこと気遣って励ましてくれて。
You know, those attempts to cheer someone up like that really don't help as much when they're smart enough to be aware of it happening. Yeah. That helps a little bit at least.
自分の国がなくなっちゃって、家族や死んじゃったお父さんのために戦ってるのに。フィンランドを取り戻すために戦ってるのに。なのに、私のパパがあの人たちを巻き込んじゃったのかもしれないんだよ。
Tama.
パパはいつも言ってた。日本を守るためにはアメリカ軍の力が必要だって。
Her dad said that to her. But that's true, isn't it? Just in terms of firepower, we're way better off with the Americans' help. especially in circumstances like this. If the Beta chose to move south today, they could completely obliterate the Far East defense line. Even if you're right, doesn't that just go to show that he's really trying hard to help save Japan and the world as a whole? Besides, the Americans deployed their fleet out here as if they knew what was going to happen. Well, they probably planned on intervening no matter what. Back in the command center, the Undersecretary was trying to get the U.S. military brought into Yokohama base as soon as possible. And ultimately, he got his wish, but still, even Yuko-sensei acknowledged that he's only acting with Japan and Alternative 4's best interest in mind. Too bad I can't tell Tama about any of that. You know, this is a sort of a random thought. Sorry, Tom, I'm gonna have to get back to consoling you in a second. But a random thought. I wonder if Yuko-sensei sent me out here because it would be safer, for the sake of Alternative 4 at least, for me to be out here than, you know, like, around the base, as they're probably trying to pry into Alternative 4. I'm sure they've got people doing that. Yeah, think that. Interesting.
脚本を用意したのはおそらく国連上層部のオルタネイティブ5推進派と CIA でしょう。
Well, I did not put it together before, but she's right. That is absolutely possible. Chief Yorubi is to be believed, then. Tom's dad might just well be one of the UN higher-ups he was referring to. The Undersecretary's Tom's actions are effectively interfering with Alternative 4, are they not? That would mean he's collaborating with Alternative 5 supporters. Didn't he say he wants to see Alternative 4 to completion? Oh, there's no way. He just... Huh? Okay, so you're having the same problem as Ayamine at this point. You're blaming yourself. Oh, that's not good. Maybe that might be what Makoto's going through as well. Stop it, stop it. No, no, that is enough. Even if any of that were true, you only would have done it if it meant increasing Japan's and humanity's chances at survival. I'm just blowing smoke here, but if that's actually what he's going for, well, he's an idiot. Besides, that's just all speculation, right? I mean, I can't exactly say it's baseless, to be honest, but whatever. It's not what she needs to hear right now. This whole situation is really stressful, so you're probably just overthinking things and getting stressed out over nothing. I mean, it's our first mission, and we've been chased all over the place by loads of enemies. And now they got us surrounded. Anyone would be stressing out about this. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. But if you don't pull yourself together, you could literally die out here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'll give you a hug if you need. Come on. And if you go down, if any of us gets killed, the entire squad could be wiped out. Didn't you just make a promise to that pilot? Gotta survive until we've been in the beta, so you can go visit Finland, right? Man, if you ever want that to happen, you need to focus on getting through this mission. You can worry about the rest after we make it back home safely, okay? Doesn't look like that did much to boost her confidence, but there's nothing else to be said. Not for me, anyhow. My convictions aren't strong enough for me to preach to Tama. I don't know how to feel about all this any more than she does. I should probably go. Sorry, I'm really tired myself. So that probably didn't come out right.
いいの。私もごめんなさい。
Second lieutenant sure was something though. And I didn't think it was just a matter of having more experience either. I'm just pretty damn pathetic in comparison, aren't I? I'm gonna get going. Let's make it out of this alive. Okay? And ending with a whimper. Fine, class rep. Are you doing okay? Class rep, I'm heading your way, so do not shoot, please. This is a request. Okay, you're not shooting. Thank you for not.
何やってるのよ。
I'm not shooting myself. Wait, that came out wrong. Well, this is our first actual battle, and I'm really on edge. Figured I'd take a walk around to try to clear my head.
そう。
See, she does seem pretty tired. Even though we're on break, we're still technically supposed to be on patrol, but she isn't even nagging me about straying from my post. Of course, we had to rush all the way out here right after what happened to her dad. Now we're surrounded by enemies. I can't really say I blame her. Y'all doing alright? Seems like you're pretty worn down.
さっき栄養剤と興奮剤を打ったわ。白金は大丈夫そうね。
Do I? Sure. Well, not really. Anyway, nutrients are well and good, but don't overdo it on the stimulants.
殿下のご様子はどうなの？
Well, she's got acute motion sickness.
え？
Doesn't help that she's probably been stressed and sleep deprived since the whole mess started. I don't think a little nap is going to do her that much good.
ごめんなさい。聞いちゃいけない情報だったわ。
Alright, the briefing that I got and etc, etc, etc. Maybe it's supposed to be classified? I've only talked about it like 2 times before this. Hey, so, get this. Her Highness told me that she had TSF piloting experience. Did you know that? Is that a yes? Oh, come on. She said she had about 96 hours of flight time. That's way more than even we have.
殿下は軍の最高司令官なんだから、英式教練くらい当たり前でしょ。
Crap, really? Is it common knowledge that the Shogun undergoes pilot training? I guess it's sort of like, the way nobles used to master horseback riding and swordsmanship. Well, yeah, obviously. But even then, most people couldn't last that long without a fortified suit. She's really something else.
そうね。
Her voice is completely monotone and her expressions weirdly stiff. House rep's usually pretty concerned about keeping up appearances, but I guess she just doesn't have the energy right now to care about it.
で、何か話があるんじゃないの？
Do I? Maybe. No, not really. I sure as hell can't tell her I was just looking for someone to vent to. She just laughed me off.
今のところ、私は大丈夫よ。
Huh.
こんな状況でも結構冷静だし。
You are bottling it up something fierce. Okay, if you say so. She says, despite being so exhausted, that she's relying on stimulants. Gotta keep that tough girl facade up, I guess. Being constantly on the run from the enemy like this would take its toll on anyone, though, especially since it's our first battle. And that's not even to mention what happened to her dad. I remember being pretty nervous during my first mission, too. I was just on guard duty around the base, but all that tension definitely wore me out after a while.
何よ。そうは見えないって顔ね。
Oh, no, that's not it. I'm just exhausted too, that's all. Even when I try to smile, it just does not happen. I guess I'm not doing so hot either.
あなたが来た理由、当ててみましょうか。
Ooh, we want to play a game? Sure, 20 questions. Let's go. What do you mean?
親の敵を目の前にして、いつ私が暴走するとも限らない。だから釘を刺しに来た。
No, I just more wanted to check on how you were doing. Get a little bit of a status update on your mental condition and everything. Wow, that's how she interpreted this. I guess I can't blame her too much, though. Considering the stuff I said before we left and the timing of it all, it's not hard to see how she jumped to that conclusion. Wrong, try again.
間があったわ。
Give me a break. I said I was tired, didn't I?
じゃあ、何しに来たの？
I mean, no particular reason. Just felt like it. Ugh, so stupid. I didn't come out here just to argue. I mean, this might, get me some energy back, right? Get me into the flow of things, adrenaline rush, right?
なら放っておいてちょうだい。
Alright. Jeez, don't get so angry. I mean, we're out here in the middle of the woods. Might as well have a good, stretch. Take a couple deep breaths.
おせっかいもいい加減にして。
Oh, goddamn, please. No one's telling you what to do.
放っておいてって言ったでしょ。私は大丈夫だって言ってるじゃないの。
Now, would you fucking calm down and get a hold of yourself?
いいわよ。もう。
Better fucking leave it at that. I don't know if it's just exhaustion talking or if she took too many stimulants. The class rep clearly can't control her emotions right now. Trying to continue this conversation won't do us either if it's any good, though. My bad. I'll just get out of your hair, then. Sorry. Sometimes I just need to see my squad mate to give myself a little bit more reassurance. Bye. I guess.
白金たける。
That looks so weird on you. Second Lieutenant Cameo. Must be someone else's turn to guard Her Highness then.
探したぞ。休憩とはいえこの状況でうろつき回るとは。国連軍の程度が知れるな。
Does it? Seems like a pretty isolated incident to be speaking on that much, to take that much information and conclusions from it. Sorry, I guess. Man, it still feels really weird to be talking to her like she's my superior.
まあいい。ついてこい。
Do I have to?
急げ。殿下がお呼びだ。
Oh, I'm honored. Okay.
殿下、白金たけるを連れてまいりました。
You're back in the swing of things. You recovered awfully quickly. Well, I doubt she's recovered, but still.
ご苦労でした。下がりなさい。はっ。
Thank goodness. She looks much better now. Her complexion's starting to improve. I guess letting her lie down must have sped up her recovery.
白金、ここへ。
Okay. Oh, God, how should I position myself, though?
どうしました？楽になさい。
Like, do I gotta go down on one knee, or what? Sorry, excuse me. Guess I'll just sit down.
このまま話す比例を許すがよい。身を起こすと少々つらいゆえ。
I have no idea what position you're sitting in right now. No, it's okay. I'm not really good with etiquette myself, so it doesn't bother me.
本当にそなたは面白い男ですね。
Yeah, I get that a lot. Sorry about that.
謝るのはこちらの方です。私が不甲斐ないばかりに、そなたにはいらぬ苦労をかけましたね。
God, you are definitely too hard on yourself. Not at all, Your Highness. You held up incredibly well. To be honest, I'm genuinely impressed by your mental and physical strength. Even with a fortified suit on, it wouldn't have made a difference without her existing feedback data. I'm amazed she endured it for as long as she did.
そう言ってもらえるのは助かります。
Also, with the feedback data, would it really be able to help? Because she's not sitting in the seat. And there's two sets of data it has to work with. Is it capable of calculating that to help deal with two people's or whatever? That's only the truth. But in any case, Your Highness, what do you need to see me for?
神代から状況は聞きました。時間が来る前に、そなたと少し話がしたかったのです。
Of course. Not sure if I'll be that much of a help, though. It's not like I have much to say in planning out the operation, anyhow. If I wasn't talking to her right now, I'd probably just be sitting by myself mulling things over. Mulling things I'd rather not think about over. Going to see the others didn't really help. If anything, it made me even more stressed out. It's nice to be able to talk to somebody who isn't quite so directly involved in the mission itself.
そなたはどうなのです。疲れていますか？
This does remind me. Not that. Shoot. This. She is definitely soft-spoken, and I'm getting more used to it, but she is definitely more soft-spoken than other people. I don't... Someone mentioned this. I don't know if it's actually possible, or if she's actually in this. She's probably in this. Someone's got to be in this, right? Am I missing... No, there she is. Okay, that's just on and off. Yeah, I don't think you can change their individual volumes. Some games let you change individual volumes, which is interesting in its own. This one does not seem to, which is fine. Yeah, I am definitely tired. To be honest, I'm starting to wear, it's starting to wear me down, yeah.
それも致し方ないことでしょう。訓練半ばの身で、このように困難な作戦に従事しているのですから。
Well, I mean...
戦火を帝都から遠ざけるためとはいえ、そなたたち訓練兵を矢面に立たせてしまったこと、残念でなりません。
Yeah. I'm not gonna say the apologies are becoming hollow, but the more you seem apologetic for every goddamn thing, the less helpful they are as actual apologies, I suppose. Hey, we're just doing our duties as agents of the UN military. Also, Yuko definitely planned this. You don't need to worry about us.
それにしても、その黒い強化装備といい、卓越した操縦技術といい、つくよみの名を聞くまで、そなたが訓練兵だとは思いもよりませんでした。
Oh yeah, I'm not wearing one of the white ones. Was there a reason for that? I don't remember. Yeah. Sorry for not making that clear. They're always low on the white fortified suits for male cadets. They just issued me the standard pilot one for the time being. Yeah, okay, interesting. Did not know that. After the Beta invaded Japan, the IJF started conscripting women and lowering the draft age for men. But by the time the UN forces were stationed there, almost everyone getting conscripted was female. Soldiers back on the base all make fun of me for it, because it makes it look like I got demoted and forced to repeat basic training again. I don't remember that ever happening. I would have loved to have one of those incidents.
そうですか。されど、戦術機起動における突出した発想と柔軟性、国連軍正規兵とて、そなたに被験するものは稀でしょう。
I mean, we have the OS. Really? I don't know. I feel like you're giving me way too much credit.
鎧がそなたの期待を押したよし、特進しました。
Well, okay. Thank you very much.
礼を言わねばならぬのは私です。そなたに心よりの感謝を。
There's such thing as too much modesty. I have to be honest. No need to thank me. I'm just doing my duty, and I feel like I've said this about 10 times already. My goodness.
当然ですか。
Well, yeah.
本来ならばそなたの技能、人類の旧敵、ベータを打ち滅ぼすために用いられるべきもの。
I think you and me are going to get along quite well, aren't we?
そなたのみならず、こたびの騒乱に用いられているすべての将兵、物資もしかり。
You agree with me. The Shogun agrees with me. Can we just have her just speak to the nation and be like, no, I don't condone this. Let's go back to fighting the motherfucking beta. I want you all to be I don't know what she said specifically, but...
それが、このような形で失われていくのは、残念なことだとは思いませんか?
I'm sure she sympathizes with the rebels' cause, but she probably thinks of it as an incredible waste that they feel as though they had to go to this extent rather than some other means. What is she trying to say? Could it be that Her Highness, that a Japanese head of state, is on the same wavelength as I am about all this? That is so cool! To be honest, I really do think that it makes sense for the UN to be stepping in and helping via this operation. After all, ensuring Japan's governmental stability is in the interests of Alternative 4, but still not what I consider ideal. In all honesty, I can't stand the fact that we're wasting our time on this in the first place, because personally, I only want to spend my time on whatever's most beneficial to mankind as a whole. And to be fair, I'm sure all the various countries and their organizations wrapped up in this mess do think they're acting in humanity's best interest. Until we get rid of the beta, we don't really have a future. I'm sure everyone knows that, regardless of which side they're on. This goes for the Japanese government and the UN, the US, the rebels, myself and her squad, my squad, and obviously Her Highness as well. I'm pretty sure every single one of us is fully aware what we're up against here. But if that's the case, why is this even happening? We all share a mutual objective, but I don't think it's just the case of differing values causing different methodologies, like Maya said. I mean, what if our clashing methodologies are just preventing us from achieving the actual objective?
私は先ほどから考えていたことがあります。
Ooh, what might that be? What's with the sudden change of topic? Is it because I never answered her question?
何故あの時そなたがトリアゾラムの投与をためらったのか。
I never thought Her Highness would try to broach that topic. It's something I didn't really want to talk about, honestly. It goes right to the heart of the uncertainty I'm feeling right now. In fact, it's what made me realize I had doubts in the first place.
その時のアメリカ軍指揮官とつくよみのやりとりは朦朧となりながらも聞こえていました。アメリカ軍指揮官の言葉、あの者の立場では正しいとそなたは思いませんか？
No, I do. I do think the Major made the best possible call in terms of completing the mission efficiently. Even if it happened to prioritize Americans' interests, it was also the most realistic way to bring a swift end to this Japanese infighting. And since preventing humanity's defeat is my ultimate objective, it seemed like the ideal course of action from my perspective as well.
では、あの時のつくよみの言葉はどうでしょうか？そなたはあれの言葉をどう受け取りましたか？
Wait. Okay, she just let me think all that. I did say something to her. I was thinking, you're not like a telepath too, are you? Or whatever they call them in this one, Esper or whatever. From my point of view, Tsukuyomi-san's argument seemed more emotionally charged and less coldly logical. Kind of felt like she was giving pride and honor so much weight that she wasn't able to keep an open mind. But even so, I can't disagree with any individual point she made, especially when considered the duties she's devoted her life to. I think she was right.
双方正しかったのであれば、そなたは何故アメリカ軍の将校ではなく、つくよみの言葉に従ったのですか？
Well, because Major Walken's orders just didn't sit well with me. I mean, I didn't exactly obey Tsukuyomi-san either, I just hesitated. And she happened to get her way. As a soldier, I'm supposed to consider my superior's order to be absolute. So why didn't I? Was it because I just don't like how the US is handling things?
本州を奪還し、国連とのさらなる関係強化が国の基本政策となって以降、手段が目的を凌駕することが日常化し、政府や軍は本来あるべき姿を見失っているように見える。政府は民をないがしろにし、将軍家を傀儡に貶めた。己の都合や利益のみを考える輩が国を蝕んでいるのだ。そこから民を、将軍家を、そして国を救い出そうというのが彼ら決起部隊の考えだ。おそらくな。
Could it be that I'm actually feeling sympathetic to Captain Sekiri's cause? Should we put an end to the beta before we do anything else? Can't the petty infighting wait until after we've taken our plan back?
できぬのなら、足ざまに断じるでない。
Uh-huh. Sure, buddy. This is hopeless. I'm just thinking in circles here, damn it. If this was something I could figure out on my own, I would have found out that answer a long time ago. For now, I've decided to just keep getting through this. I just have to keep moving forward. So please don't force me to keep thinking about this.
無理に答えずともよい。白がね、そなたはその優れた資質ゆえに、いつか人の上に立つこともあるでしょう。
Me, a leader.
人の上に立つということは、多くの責任を背負い、多くの決断を下さねばならぬということです。国家や組織は、そのよって立つところが違えば、おのおのに理想や信念が異なるもの。それは人も同じです。何かなそうとすれば、必ずそれを良しとする者と悪しとする者がいるでしょう。されど、それぞれの立場に立って、物を見ることができれば、 各々が拠り所とする正しさも見えてきましょう。
After all that I've been through, I can say with confidence that I know how hard that is. Especially this time around when all these different viewpoints keep popping up left and right.
そして悲しいことですが、それらすべての者たちの望みを満たす道が常にそなたの前にあるとは限りません。その時そなたは何によって決断し、どのような道をかの者たちに指し示すのか。
You listen to your convictions. You lean on your core beliefs. I can tell that's what she's getting at.
その時、もしそなたに迷いがあったなら、原点を顧みること、立ち止まる勇気を持つのです。
I knew it. Look, it's not like I don't have a reason to fight. I swore I'd save all mankind, didn't I? Nothing could possibly be more important than that. And yet here I am, spinning my wheels like an idiot.
そして、自らの手を汚すことを厭うてはならないのです。
That's really what I'm hesitating against, isn't it? I still think that's the case. Bloody my own hands.
道を指し示そうとする者は、背負うべき責務の重さから目を背けてはならないのです。
Right.
私はあの時、流れに身を委ねたわけでも、己が死をもって責任を果たそうとしたわけでもありません。私が信ずる正しさに従い、トリアゾラムの投与が最良と判断したのです。
In a sense, I've betrayed that woman at Mount Tengen, but at the time I believed the decision I made was in the interest of the greater good. I justified it to myself by saying I didn't want to waste what little time we had left before Alternative 5's implementation. But even if I really believed that, if I really thought saving every possible second mattered above all else, I should have given Her Highness the Triazolem, and yet I couldn't do it. Could it be that I just didn't want to have to do the dirty work myself? Is that what she's trying to say? Yeah, this is basically what I've been getting at. I was just afraid of having her blood on my hands. Is that really all there is to it?
私の話はそれだけです。
Thank you. I think that really did need to be said.
休息中に大義でした。下がるがよい。
I was too afraid to do the dirty work myself, huh? Yeah, that probably had something to do with it. No, it totally did. It wasn't just that she was Maya's sister. It was that she was a living, breathing human being who couldn't make a decision that might end up putting her blood on my hands.
どうしました？もう下がってよいのですよ。
Just ignoring her. And even though there was a chance that old Deity at Mount Tengen would die in the relocation, I knew I wouldn't have to be the guy forcing her out of her home at gunpoint. Because you remember last time, I never actually forced that. We went out of our way to try to save her, and we wasted shit. We did waste shit. The whole time I've been blaming this on my lack of conviction. It's nothing more than a cop-out.
城がね。
It's not a matter of experience or know-how. Even if you have a ton of both, if you can't bear the thought of having to do something yourself, you don't deserve the responsibility. So basically, I can't make any real decisions.
何か申したいことがあるのではないですか？
No, there isn't. Shouldn't waste Her Highness's time with this. Better head back to my post.
偽るでない。そなた、私を侮っていますね。
Wait, what? I really was not trying to insult anyone.
そのような険しい顔をして、何もないと申すのですか？
I may not be in charge of anybody, but I have been put in a position where I can greatly influence the future of all humanity. And since Her Highness has an entire country resting on her shoulders, I might just benefit from talking this out with her. But can I really impose this on her like that?
今さら何を遠慮しているのです。そなたのような態度で私に接した者は
これまで一人としていませんでした。
Yeah, I said I wasn't very good at it. Yeah, I had a feeling that's what she meant. Sorry.
よい。私はそなたのその気安さが逆に心地よいのです。
Mainly, possibly because there's no ill intent behind it, and I, do feel possibly apologetic over it. Yeah, Maya told me something like that too, come to think of it.
メイヤも、あの者もそなたのそういったところに気を許すのでしょう。
Because I'm informal? Great. A lot of the stuff that's considered common knowledge in this world is totally foreign to me. That was definitely one of my biggest weak points when I first came here. But see, because of that, I didn't know Maya was related to the Shogun. I didn't have any trouble getting close to her.
こたびそなたの世話になった分、あの者が世話になっている分、ささやかですが、返させてもらえませんか?
The idea of imposing on the Shogun herself like this feels really awkward. Guess this world's starting to rub off on me a little bit, huh? And I might never have another chance to talk about this with someone who bears such a huge responsibility on her shoulders. I feel like if I don't take this opportunity to talk with her right now, I might regret it later. For some reason, I think the two of us can just have a frank conversation about this, without the risk of misunderstanding or upsetting each other.
私では力不足でありましょうか?
Well, I'm partially concerned that it's been over an hour. But... okay. If you insist. So, this might sound weird coming at this exact time, but I actually sort of think the beginning of this conversation is probably going to be the best point for cutoff points anytime soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this as a cutoff point. Partially because I need to make sure this is recording correctly, or else I just lost an hour plus of footage and recording and stuff, and oh, I don't want to have to go back and redo that like I did previously. That would be weird, actually, if I had to go back and redo it. No. I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I'll see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.